If you're thinking of buying a home in Toledo or the Perrysburg area this year, these are the 5 things you need to make sure you do before you get started.
I'm Logan Geib with Danberry Realtors here in Perrysburg and the Toledo metro area.
So before you start scrolling Zillow or homes.com, make sure you follow these 5 things and reach out to me so we can get a game plan in place to find you your next home. Okay, number 1, and this seems obvious, but stable employment or stable income. Here in Toledo, your industry matters. It depends on how long you've been in the workforce, and that includes college, to see what you can qualify for as far as income to what you want to buy. What's great about Toledo is we have a lot of big employers, such as Owens Corning, Owens, Illinois. We have the Jeep plant and Stellantis kind of all over the city. We also have a ton of hospitality industry in Toledo. Whether you're brand new to a commission role or been in your job for 15 years, let me know. We can connect you with the right lender and make sure that you know exactly what you can qualify for. So just remember, stable income is the foundation to buying a home. Number 2 is knowing what you can truly afford. Not only from what you can afford from what your income is, but based on the property taxes and the insurance that that house might bring on top of the monthly principal and interest. Inventory in the market fluctuates daily, but it's still competitive and move-in ready price points all over the city. So make sure that you reach out, because whatever Zillow says you can afford or what the bank calculator online says you can afford, it can be completely different based on where and when you're looking to buy. This is why I've seen more first-time home buyers staying local, out-of-state buyers relocating here, whether it's for a job or just because of the low cost of living, or investors entertaining more zip codes than they did before. So what do you need to know about this? You need to know what your monthly payment comfort level is, what the different property taxes are, because they vary by city and township, what your insurance cost is going to be, whether it's a brand new home or an older home. Those prices can fluctuate based on what type of home you have. And you also need to keep in mind utilities. A bigger house means bigger utility bills, no matter how well it's insulated. Always keep in mind different maintenance expectations. A new home, you might not have to do much maintenance, but a home from 1901 in downtown Perrysburg, you might have a lot more stuff to do. A house payment is only part of the cost. I like to tell my buyers that just because you're approved up to a certain number, that does not mean that's where we should start looking. We should start below that and work our way up, and if you find the perfect house for that price, then we can look at it. In Toledo, you can find really, really nice homes in all price points. So buying comfortably beats stretching out every dime that you have. Number 3 is an emergency fund. I can't stress it enough. Don't spend every dollar you have on closing costs, on commissions, on everything else that comes to buying a house, because it's inevitable. No matter what happens, even if you get a home warranty, the day after we close, you're going to be calling me and saying the furnace isn't working, or the hot water is not working, or something along those lines. I've heard it dozens of times. Within the first 6 months of somebody buying a house, there's something that happens that they need to spend a lot of money on to fix. Having an emergency fund with 3 to 6 months of expenses, including your payments, taxes, insurance, car loans, anything like that, just make sure you have a backup fund so when something happens, you don't feel super stressed. Having reserves gives you leverage and peace of mind. Home ownership should feel stable, not stressful. Number 4 is how long you plan to live in this house. Toledo, relative to a lot of the country, has low transaction costs, but buying and selling still isn't free. When it comes to buying, you have all of your closing costs for your lender, appraisals, all of your stuff to set up your escrow account, like prepaid taxes, prepaid insurance. Sometimes you even have to pay for the services of your buyer's agent, paying off your mortgage, paying commissions, paying for cleaning, paying for all the things to get your house ready to sell, on top of title insurance costs and everything else that goes into selling. So if you plan on being in a house for 12 to 24 months, it might not be wise to be buying something. Now, have I had people buy and sell within a year or 2 years? Absolutely. And luckily, Toledo has had a great growth spurt over the last 5 to 6 years. So anybody buying and selling for a year or 2 years has done pretty well and either broken even or only owed a very, very little amount of money. But if you're planning on staying for 5 years or more, buying something in a neighborhood or in a city around Toledo is probably a really good option, because the growth over years is going to build equity for yourself. And then when you go to sell and move and maybe upgrade to a bigger home or downgrade into a smaller home, then you can use that equity to put towards your new purchase or pay off some debt or whatever you want to do with all that extra money. The stability in the Toledo market makes it great for long-term ownership. But just keep that in mind. It's not growing 5-10% per year like it was back in 2020 anymore. So if you're only going to be there for a few years, maybe have a conversation with me about whether it's right to buy. The Toledo area has steady, modest growth, not many explosive booms. So if you're going to be in your house for over 5 years, probably smart to start buying something now. If you don't have long-term plans and only plan to be in a house for 1 or 2 years, maybe reach out to me before making a decision. Number 5, and the last one on the list, is making sure that you work with the best team of professionals that you can. Not only hiring me as your agent to make sure that you get the best price and the best deal, but making sure that you are working with a good lender that knows the area and is respected by all the other agents in the area to make sure that whatever you write offers, they get accepted. Local knowledge matters, whether it's from me and knowing the neighborhood differences and the differences from the city, or from a lender or a title company that knows the nuances of the local government to make sure everything closes smoothly. I work with buyers and sellers all across the Toledo area, week in and week out. We don't just unlock doors, we structure smart purchases. The wrong preparation is only going to make it stressful. The right preparation makes the process smooth and easy. So if you're looking at buying in Toledo, whether it's next week, next month, next 6 months, or in the next year, make sure that you reach out to me and we can send you my buyer's guide and make sure that we have you on the right game plan for whenever you're ready to buy.